Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside Artesian Football here on WREP 15 Sports. I'm your host, Eric Meyer, joined this week by Artesian head football coach Fred Kutruff. The Artesians pick up a big win over the Roncalli Rebels as they step outside of conference play last Friday night. Here at Ciderwitz Field, they defeat the Rebels, score 42 unanswered points to come away with a 42-21 victory over Roncalli to move to 5-2 on the season. We'll come back and talk with the coach, take a look at the highlights from that contest. We'll also look ahead to the Artesians' senior night game coming up on Friday night against their county rival, the Mooresville Pioneers. Up first, though, we'll take a break, come back with the coach, and take a look at the highlights from the win over the Roncalli Rebels when we return inside Artesian Football.
Telemagine is your local headquarters for all types of computer and network services, including desktop and laptop repair, virus removal, and for business customers, design and installation of servers and networks. Give us a call or stop by and see us on North Indiana Street in Mooresville.
Prescription drug abuse happens everywhere, even in our schools, and the results can be devastating.
My friends wanted nothing to do with me.
I went to the emergency room and almost died.
I thought it won't happen to me. Anyone can abuse drugs. Don't let it be your friend.
Don't let it be your classmate.
Your cousin.
Your sister.
Your brother.
Your teammate.
Don't let it be your child.
Don't let it be you.
Back inside Artesian Football with the head coach Fred Kutruff. And coach, on Friday night you guys battle the Roncalli Rebels. It's a game where Roncalli comes out 21-0 leaders. You guys mount a drive late. Coach Cyphers comes out and wants to try to get some points on before the end of the half. You guys come up with a big stop, get another touchdown on the board right before the half, and really that was just the start of you guys starting to roll as you come away with a big win over the Roncalli Rebels.
Well, you look at that first half, and two of their touchdowns were special teams. One was we were trying to fake punt, and it was wide open. We just didn't execute it. And then another one, Mason gets a nice punt, and we just don't cover it. And those little things are eventually going to bite us, but we were able to climb out of it and roll a little bit. Now before half, I know we come back. Kids didn't quit. I've been burnt many times by trying to take timeouts and get the ball back. We weren't going to worry about getting the ball back. We wanted to go in 21-7, and we were going to be fine with that. But we finally took a timeout when it ended up being 3rd and long. And so we took that timeout, and it worked to our to our benefit. And guys can run a couple of nice routes, and we moved the football and scored probably within 40 seconds. And so 21-14. I imagine they're probably thinking what just happened, but we feel that offensively we can do that anytime if we just execute block and guys run good routes. And Anthony Lindsay did a great job calling plays. He really took what Roncalli gave us, and we've had some really good outings, and they're a good football team, take nothing away from them, but they have some trouble covering some of the things that we do. And quarterback was on, guys were catching it, line was blocking, and it turned our way.
You're really able to roll, especially I think really the key coming here late in that first half, like we talked about, it looked like felt Roncalli would probably be happy going in 21-7. You're on the road. You're going to get the football to start the second half of play. And a little bit of a key there. They wanted to put some points on. Like you said, you were going to be content to let that clock run out. But they almost said, go ahead and we're going to save you some timeouts. We're going to throw the ball a little bit. We're going to get ourselves in a little bit of trouble. Kind of gave you guys a little bit of an opening there. And good football teams will do, good offensive teams will do. You took advantage of it.
But I can't blame Coach Cyphers for doing that. I mean, I probably, if I had, I think what was there?
2 minutes,
maybe. 2 minutes. We probably would have gone for that. They're kind of in transition. They like to be a power football team, but they've got some good skill guys. So I thought maybe they thought they could, pick on a couple of our guys. I see it each week. Everybody wants to pick on Dallas Forler. And I would say I think they probably thought maybe they had a matchup because that's who they kind of went to. And Dallas is not the guy to pick on. He may be 5'8", 5'7". We stretch a little bit in the program for him, but he's a great corner. And he's a great football player. And then that got the clock stopped. He made a big play, and then we end up another kid knocks the ball down. So we took a timeout, and they ran the football. So make a long story short, I can't blame him. I mean, we probably would do that, but I've also been, with the lead, been content to go in. So it's just part of the game and what the coach is feeling.
Able to get the victory over the Roncalli Rebels. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. We'll start with the defensive stuff here for the Artesians. Roncalli jumped out early, not really on the defensive special team mistakes, but able to come up and essentially scored 42 unanswered to come away with the victory.
We did a pretty good job against their jet sweep, but biggest thing is we wanted to keep number 15, the quarterback, in, and we were going to give him a few things as long as we could keep him in the pocket, because he's a good athlete and did a lot of good things. Good read and timing by Noah Davis. Noah, we're not sure we'll have him back. He took a big hit, big cheap shot, matter of fact, but good job offense. Mason doing a good job scrambling. It probably should have been a touchdown, but John Zloty does a great job of catching it. We didn't have a safety over the top, so I'm not sure if they were confused. But both guys, receiver and quarterback, did what they're supposed to. Big play there. Zach Terrell, I love watching this kid play. Zach's not the biggest. Zach loves to play football, and number 36 is always all over the field. Another big play by Noah. He's a good athlete. And, and again, the big number 11 does a good job putting the ball in there. It's like throwing darts to him. I think that was Zach Miranda, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was John Zloty. Zach Miranda had a big game, but John Zloty really came through on some of the things they were giving us. And you see, we're just really taking those outs. The corners were playing so far off, we were going to take the hitches and the outs until they took it away. And they just did a good job. And this is a good job of the line. That was made it 21-7. Great ball, and Dallas Spoiler makes a great catch. That's just the way you practice it. We've been doing that for 2 years, and that's so it's nice to see it. We've been practicing this thing for this trick play we ran it 15 times against them. Now Dallas makes a mistake in the beginning, but recovers because he's such a good athlete. We really got a break on it. And again, this was right before half. And then get a big sack here, and eventually we're going to get the ball back. But again, there's Zach Terrell. Boy, what a kid that loves to play football. And here's, I think we ran a switch route. It kind of looks like a wheel route, but it's a switch route, and it should hit Zach Miranda up the sideline. And now we're in business here with plenty of time on the clock. Clock is stopped, and now we got to try to get in the end zone. That was our what we call the wheel route. Not a great ball, but put it where he needed to put it, and what a great catch by Dallas Fuller. It's nice to have guys like that to throw to. Mason reads it, doesn't run, runs pretty good for a guy who's supposed to have a bad foot, and does a good job. And I think right there I felt pretty good about our chances, being 21-14. Our field goal, Cole Riker did a good job kicking those. We didn't cover that great. We got really hurt on that. Dallas Fuller makes a great play, and probably they called it dead. He probably should have scored, and the refs didn't get it right. But we saw the same thing watching a football game last Thursday night. Big play for us here. We call this basically just a smoke screen, and we had this a couple times. Dallas dropped one, and then Mason threw a bad ball, but that could have been a lot bigger play for the evening. Good job, little sophomore Joey Gorham, and I thought Brad Rose did a good job. He does a good job. We'll get to what we call the Catholic sweep and the power, and our guys were in the right spot, and we started getting more physical, more confidence. That was a big right there's a big fourth down stop. We get the ball back, and we're going to go down again. Trey Deaton, that was a big catch, and that's a tough throw, but that's Mason told him right where he was going to put it. Mason put it there, and Trey Deaton caught. That's called an over-the-shoulder throw. We do it all the time. Great call by Anthony Lindsay. He's just got a real knack. He's going to be a great head coach whenever he wants to be one. But that was just a great call. I think it caught Roncalli by surprise because we didn't block the linebacker, and he still got in. Great job containing. There's a guy that we knew was going to hurt us, and we got him. We contained him, and then Nolan Lavender cleans it up. So. Really proud of the way the defense played. It was we straightened out our special teams. We got a chance to be a pretty special ball team. John Zloty taking that hitch. They, over and over, we were going to take that hitch until they were going to take it away. Mason there directing traffic. Nice catch by Trey Deaton. Ball's not great, but again, this is just a great job by Anthony and Mason being on the same page. Coach Lindsay, that is. And again, run it again. We don't block the guy, the linebacker. He was on a stunt, and we get in the end zone. So I can't say enough about Zach Miranda. He's really been, it's not a surprise anymore. It's been a big surprise for the year. I thought he'd be good, but I didn't know he'd be this good. So we just got to keep getting better. Nolan Lavender probably had the best game I've seen him play. We've been waiting on that. He's a good athlete. We moved him to inside backer. He's more comfortable there, and we're a little bit more efficient on defense. Big pick six there, almost by Dallas. The way he was close to that, usually he gets an end zone. He maybe needs to not talk as much and just play. But he's a great little football player. This is just a smash route. Beautiful ball and a beautiful catch. And boy, you can't draw it up any better than that. And we really felt we had him at that point. This kid can run. We put the pressure on him, and there's Nolan Lavender. And just as the game went on, we got more confidence. And hopefully the kids understand this is the type of teams we're going to see in our sectional. And this is a good football team. And again, big play there, Nolan Lavender again, and he just keeps coming. He's just too good of an athlete not to make those big plays. And I said we could use him a lot more on offense, but that's how valuable he is on defense. Big play here. Problem is we talked to Dallas, best thing to do was to knock that ball down. Based on the young guys, we would have had the ball about out to the midfield instead of being all the way backed up here. And of course, it ends up working out for us because Dallas makes the big play. But so we'll take it. But what a great athlete there, making things happen. Again, this is some big. We won the turnover battle, and that's going to make a difference. Mason's got to get rid of the ball a little quicker, but John Zalotti, sure hands, did a good job. He wanted to make sure everybody knew he had that touchdown, and he sure did. So it was just it was fun to watch. You preach to all the kids and your coaching career and never quit. You're never out of it. Well, this is proof, and we've done that a few times around here. And just like the week before, we had a lead, and that's never safe. You always got to keep playing. And so hopefully we've learned the last 2 weeks, from Whiteland we got to finish. From this week, you're never out of it. You got to come and play in the beginning. So hopefully we'll put this in the back of our minds and use it for we get ready for the sectional.
Big win over the Roncalli Rebels, a big week for the Artesians, if you will. Freshmen and JV also playing well against the Roncalli Rebels also. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a coach and kind of give you a little bit of update on how the freshmen and JV teams have been doing here at Martinsville High School. We'll take another break and come back after that and wrap things up with a preview of the Mooresville Pioneers. We'll do all that when we return inside Artesian Football.
Are you a fan of exciting action, great sporting atmosphere, and good displays of sportsmanship?
I am definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value.
Hi, I'm Damon Routenkranz, mortgage loan officer with Home Bank.
And I'm Gordy Lucas. This is a great time to buy or build a new home or to refinance your current mortgage.
If you're in the market for a home loan, give us a call or stop by one of our offices and find out why, when it comes to mortgage financing, there's no place like home.
Home Bank is an FDIC insured equal housing lender.
Visit one of our 3 locations, the main office in downtown Martinsville, or one of our branch locations at Grand Valley or 1067 Bridge Street, Mooresville.
Back inside Artesian football with the head coach Fred Kutruff. You heard about the varsity's win over the Roncalli Rebels last Friday night. Well, normally the JV and freshman teams play on Saturday. Roncalli, they'll play it a little bit different. They play those games on the following Monday. The result, though, the same. A good freshman win for the Artesians, and also the JV picking up a big win also over the Rebels.
Yeah, it was. I was really proud of our JV, and watching the tape, we had some kids really play well. Jesse Stewart, Keegan Northern, but our offensive line, all of them played much better. Keelan Page, a linebacker, I guess I wasn't at the games watching it, was all over the field. JV's been a lot of, they've got the record of 3-4. They want to come back, and we always want them to have a winning record. We're not worried about them being undefeated because that doesn't mean a whole lot. What about are they getting better? And they've lost, a lot of close games. There's only really one game they got spanked, and that's Columbus East. And a lot of these guys have been taken and are playing on Friday nights. So they've stuck together, but they flew around, and they're getting better. So hopefully they're going to finish strong here next couple weeks and then make us a better team. But they end up winning 21-12. Roncalli, we sent 24 guys over there. They had 50 on the sidelines. But Keegan Northern, I said, had a big game, and guys performed well, but the offensive line protected him. And then come back the freshmen. If nobody got out and watched the freshman game on Monday night, what a great game to watch. We ended up winning 22-20. I was really proud of our quarterback, Matt Hoskins. Hit through a pick, made a bad decision. That's part of the life of a quarterback. They were turning about down to the 5. They end up scoring, take the lead. There's a little over 2 minutes left in the game, 2.5 minutes. And Matt, we get a great kickoff return. Matt leads them down and then throws a touchdown pass to Trey Spina, which is good. So he got a chance to redeem himself. But we tell our quarterbacks, we're going to throw it a ton. You're going to make mistakes, and sometimes you're going to be great. And sometimes it's just going to happen. But it was nice for him to realize that never give up, and kind of the same thing we've been preaching. So it's a good weekend, and now they are 5-2. Lost us a couple good football teams, so hopefully they'll finish up strong and get ready to become Friday night players.
Like you said, it's not always about the win-loss record. Those wins are great, but you look at, are the players developing? And as you've seen, are you seeing the development you need? Some of the players starting to step up for both freshmen and JV.
Yeah, they're right where they want to be now. As far as some JV players, wish they're a little farther along because we at this point, and it takes a little time to grow up, mature. Because we got some guys that have stepped in and have played already, but wish they knew their assignments a little better. Sometimes they don't realize. I know Griffin Selch is a little banged up, and one of the Keelan Page asked me yesterday. I don't know if he was panicked. Is Griffin going to play? Now Griffin got hit in the kidney on Friday night, but he's going to be fine. So we're kind of resting him a little bit, getting him. I think he'll be full go tonight, but. Keelan told Keelan, yeah, he's going to play, but you got to be ready. So it's nice to, they want to play, but yet there's a big difference between Friday and Saturday or playing Monday. So we hope they come up they're a little bit farther along because especially getting the sectional, you got to have some good depth.
Martinsville coming up on Friday night will be hosting the Mooresville Pioneers. The Pioneers come to town for a mid-state conference matchup. It happens to be senior night with just a couple of games left in the regular seasons before the sectional, like Coach was just talking about, begins. So we will take a break. We'll come back and have a preview of the contest against the Mooresville Pioneers, and I don't think rain's in a forecast like it was last year, so I think that'll be a positive for both ball clubs. We'll come back with the coach in just a second when Inside Artesian Football continues.
Are you a fan of amazing spirit, incredible drama, and affordable ticket prices?
I'm definitely a fan.
High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure entertainment value.
$5 footlong. $5 footlong. $5 footlong.
Come into Martinsville Subway and enjoy a $5 footlong today.
At Subway.
It's evening in Indiana and the wait's over. The homework hotline is open. When you get stuck with math or science homework, there's help, and it's free. Call the homework hotline toll-free at 1-877-ASK-ROSE from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday through Thursday. The tutors are friendly Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology college students who understand your frustration because, well, we've been there. We don't give you the answers, just the help you need to figure out your homework. We even have copies of your math and science textbooks. It's a free service and a free call. Remember 1-877-ASK-ROSE or visit askrose.org. Rose Holman's Homework Hotline, when math and science homework has you stuck.
Back inside Artesian football here on WREP 15 Sports with the head coach, Fred Kutruff. Coach, you've got senior night coming up on Friday night. Get an opportunity to honor some of those seniors here in their final regular season home game at Cider Woods Field.
Well, it's we tell the kids, as seniors, I say kids and then young men, it goes quick. You don't realize how quickly a football season is going to go and how quickly 4 years go. And I said, this is a special bunch to me. This is we came in, moved in here. This is my 7th football season, and it's a special group. Part of my son. When I moved down here, I told my son, hopefully we'll be able to get some turf, which we did. And I said, we will have a winning program. I guarantee it. So I contribute a lot of the players that have come in the past, but a lot of it's just senior bunch. They've stuck with it. They've worked at it. We've lost a few. But they play hard and they're good kids. So really proud of them, and hopefully we go out and it's going to be a tough game, I guarantee it. But that's the way you want it on senior night.
Mooresville Pioneers, the opponent coming in, the county rivalry. Now last year up at Mooresville High School, it was a mud fest to say the least, with the rain and the conditions that the Artesians were able to slide through, slip through, and come away with a victory. This year, similar circumstances in terms of the type of the team that you're facing. They are getting better. The Mooresville Pioneers are, but still having some struggles getting some victories in the win column. But all you got to do is look to their game last week against the Whiteland Warriors. Were able to hang tough with the Warriors for a lot of that contest before Whiteland was able to pull away. So this is a much improved Mooresville team that you guys will see coming up on Friday night, and you guys will have to be ready to play.
Well, we've done better this year against the past, but a lot of times teams that pass it have had success. So, but we've kind of taken care of that a little bit this year. But this is a whole different ball of wax from a standpoint. They like to throw it. They're good at it. And I said I can see them getting better. And if you watch, they played Whiteland about the same way we did. They were in it, and then kind of at the end they really kind of blew it. So that tells me that they're getting better. The kids aren't quitting. They're playing hard. They're well coached. So, we're going to have our hands, I guarantee you, full. And I talk about, a few weeks ago, Coach Pagano of the Colts talked about a trap game, meaning don't fall into a trap thinking you're going to roll over somebody. And, we can't do that. We're not good enough yet. I think we got a chance to be a pretty good football team, but we also have some issues of our own that we have to solve. We haven't tackled well at times. We have had poor special teams. So we got to work on getting better as a team.
Let's talk a little bit about this Mooresville Ball Club. Last year, if you did go to the game and withstood some of the rain, you saw Mooresville run it maybe more than what their second-year head coach really wanted to do. When he came in with the program, I think he wanted to throw it, maybe kind of waiting until he gets the guy that can pull the trigger and get some of the guys that can catch it as well. You're starting to see this year, I think, more of what he wanted to do, what he envisioned when he came in, throwing it around the yard. I think they threw for about 380, 350 last week against the Whiteland Warriors. So they're going to want to put it up in the air. Can you talk a little bit about what we'll see out of them offensively on Friday night?
Well, you're going to see a spread, a lot of play action. It looks a little bit like some of the things we're doing. Routes a little bit different. They may run it, but they really want to throw the football. They got a couple good athletes that are going to cause us issues. And again, we're at least we're going to be on turf, and it is supposed to be dry. But in all my years of coaching, I've played in had teams playing a lot of bad weather. That's probably the worst conditions. As Mason told me last week, we were discussing last year's game. It's the only way that game was fun unless you were Kane Liscombe or you were a lineman, because they loved or tackling somebody. If you're a quarterback or receiver, it wasn't any fun. I mean, guys couldn't get warm. They were shivering. So it's just one. But all right, give those kids credit. They responded. Took the adversity and ended up winning the football game. This is going to be totally different because it's going to be on turf. It doesn't matter if it rains or not. They're probably going to be able to throw the football. So we have to bring our best game.
Let's talk a little bit about them defensively. What are we going to see out of them on Friday night on the defensive side?
Well, they have an even and odd look. They like a 4, but they also will jump into a 3-4. Which looks very similar to ours. I think they're going to try to stunt. I mean, everybody's tried to stunt Mason. A lot of people think he's gimped up, but he still moves pretty well, and so he'll have to handle that. So receivers got to do a good job of picking those stunts up and just getting rid of the football. So far we've done that the last 3 weeks. Have still thrown for some yardage, but it's not been. And then the line has picked it up. Line's done a great job. I think Justin Byers and Fred Roman have prepared a line. I think they've got really in the last 3 weeks gotten a lot better than where we were. We're drilling them more, getting more fundamentals. And that's my fault. Maybe I didn't get enough of it. I know we didn't do enough of it earlier in the year, so that's starting to pay off. So, and then I think if we can sting them, then I think they'll lay off the stunning and try to see how many they can drop, and hope Mason makes a mistake.
You'll obviously want to come with a big win for the seniors on senior night against the Mooresville Pioneers. We've talked about it a little bit, but keys to the game, things you guys are going to point to that you have to do well offensively and defensively to come away with a victory.
Well, we talk offense, defense. We're going to talk special teams. We have to get better. Our kickoff coverage, our extra points. We're just not in. We practice those things, and I don't know. This is the darndest thing I've ever seen as far as how bad we are special teams at times. Now we're really good at times, but that to me it tells me concentration. We got some guys going both ways, and maybe they're thinking that's the play they take off. I don't know, but those are going to play a key role. We have to do a better job. Offensively, it's the same thing. We got to be efficient, and we talk about move the chains. Depending on what they give us, but move the chains. And when you get your opportunity to strike, you strike. We think we can score quickly if we give them the opportunity, but also we just want to move the change. If it's a good look and we pick up 6 yards, give us a good down and distance, and we're going to take that. So I talk a lot to the quarterback about take what they give you. Don't be pre-read. You get your pre-reads, but then go through your reads as the play progresses, and don't turn the ball over. The 2 games we've lost the turnover battle, and I don't care if it's interceptions, fumbles. We also got to cause turnovers. The games that we have won, we've caused turnovers. On the defensive side, we just got to tackle better. Know our assignments. I think we're getting better, but if it's a lot of teams when times you're playing a passing team, you start bailing out of there, and all of a sudden they nail you with a little trap, or a lot like we did to Roncalli. All of a sudden they weren't expecting it, and here Zach Miranda comes. So it's got to be a team effort. I know the kids will be prepared by the coaches, and we just go out and we say go reckless, stay loose, have fun, and enjoy the football game.
All right, Coach. Hopefully they enjoy it. It's senior night coming up on Friday night against the Mooresville Pioneers. County rivalry night. It's a mid-state conference matchup, and the final regular season game of the year at Ciderwoods Field. The Artesians will honor their seniors prior to the contest out there at Martinsville High School. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach for coming in. For Fred Kutruff, along with Carl Van Dievener, who produced it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Artesian Football.